Now I want to talk about the importance of preparing your floor properly before you start putting, whether it's Ditra or you're putting on top of plywood or cement, whatever. But this is what happens when the floor is not washed, swept, vacuumed, washed, cleaned. And this next step is one that I highly recommend. This is a product made by Kiesel, and what it says I don't know, it's German, but it is basically, it's a primer. And what it is, it's not like a paint primer, it's one that allows tile to stick to anything. And when I say anything, you want to stick it on a glass wall, you can put it on a glass wall. So this is the large version, the 10 kilo, and then this is the smaller one. I'm not sure the size, the 1 kilo here. So most people, this is more than enough. Unless you have a really big area, you'll need a couple of these. And if you're doing a bunch, then obviously go to the big one. It's a little bit less expensive. So UG30, the Okatmos, I'm not sure, UG30 is what I see it as, but it is the most amazing product out there. So if you don't have the ability to really scrub, get the floor clean, get it really good, this is a great way, great alternative to that. Also, it's good to do it anyways, even if you do a good job to prep. Put this down and you'll guarantee adhesion. Let me show you what happens when there isn't proper adhesion. So this mortar should be stuck to this floor. In theory, that's what should happen. So you can imagine when that's your mortar and your tiles on top, what happens over a bit of time. No, people aren't hitting it with a hammer, but they're walking on it constantly. You have flex, and I actually want to show you one more thing. When the floor isn't held down properly, I'm going to come in close and listen to the problem that you can have here. So just listen up to this. So that is the floor that you were stepping on. We had the tile and underneath that. Now that wasn't heard with the tile, but sometimes it is. But what's happening is the floor is flexing. Tile doesn't flex, neither does mortar. And that's the problem with that. So you gotta really prep, and we'll show you all that, how to do it right to make sure it's done well. Because you can have really expensive tile on top of a not well done floor, tile's not gonna hold up. You can have a cheap tile on top of a very solid, well done floor, it'll last forever.